Happy New Year everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful time. So before we go on with this video, I'd like to remind you guys to subscribe to my channel because it really goes a long way in motivating me to make these videos. So these are the Oraimo Conch OEP E10 earphones, and I'd like to say they are one of the best budget earphones you can ever buy, and here's why. So to begin with, the design of these earphones, they really speak much about the quality that they have. So they are an in-ear design, as you can see, and they also have this particular conch design that has also been used for the naming of these earphones. So what the conch refers to this part of your ear. This outer part of your ear is what is called the conch. So inspired by that design, Oraimo made these earphones to look like that, and I can say this is a very cool design because first of all, it helps you to differentiate the left earpiece and the right one, and secondly, they just look nice with that conch design. Now the earphones, they are 1.2 meters in terms of the length, and they have a 3.5 millimeter jack that is used to plug into the headphone jack of your smartphone. If your smartphone doesn't have a headphone jack, then this will be a very big inconvenience to you. Now the earphone also has a microphone embedded in this little part over here, and you can also see that it has a control button, which I'm going to get to. So apart from that, the quality of the earphones, they are very dope. They are not as cheap as they may appear. Quality, they used one of the best materials for the quality of these earphones. They look and feel very durable. So for the specs, the earphones have a 10 millimeter driver inside them. They also have a 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz frequency response, that is for the frequency range, and they also have 16 ohms impedance as well as 102 with a plus or minus 3 decibels sensitivity. So what do these figures mean? Okay, for the frequency response, that is the 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz frequency response, it means that basically it lies within the hearing range of the human ear, because the human ear can be able to perceive sounds of between 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz frequencies. Anything higher or below that cannot be heard by human beings. So the earphones are well within the range. The 100 millimeter drivers, I would say very good. In fact, if you look at the label on the packaging of these earphones, they say strong bass, and that is because of the 10 millimeter drivers. These 10 millimeter drivers provide a very strong bass for the earphones. That is because earphones drivers range from between 8 millimeters to 15 millimeters, and so earphones with more millimeters, that is in terms of the size between 8 to 15, tend to produce strong bass effect on the earphones, and they also tend to sound louder than other earphones. So if, for example, you buy earphones that have 8 millimeters and another earphone has 15 millimeter drivers, the one with 15 millimeters will tend to sound louder than those of the 8 millimeters. Now there are other factors that may make this different, because some earphones can produce better sounds and louder sounds with even smaller drivers, but drivers actually do play a part in making your earphones produce stronger bass and louder sounds. But the downside of having larger drivers on an earphone is that they produce less treble. Now, being loud and producing stronger bass is good, but when you have less treble, the sound quality will be poor. So in simple terms, it may be loud and may be producing stronger bass, but the sound quality may be actually very poor, and they may even sound as if they're producing a jarring sound. Now for the 102 decibel sensitivity, it's actually very average. There are earphones out there that can produce better sensitivity, but they're average for these earphones, so which means they can produce better sounds. That's why I say these earphones are the best according to the price. Now for the microphone, they are not the best, of course, because these are budget earphones. They cannot produce clear sounds, but that does not mean that you can't hear the sounds. The only reason that makes me say this microphone in these earphones are not the best is because they are not very clear. Like, you cannot differentiate sounds very clearly, but it does a very good job of picking up sounds in between this area around where the voice is projected and not being able to produce the background noise, which I would say is a plus, because most of the time when you receive phone calls and you're on your earphones, you want someone to hear what you're saying and not to hear what the background sounds like. This is me speaking to you guys using the microphone from my smartphone. So this is me speaking to you guys through the microphone from the earphones, and you can tell there's quite some difference. Now they have also a control button. This button is mainly used for pausing and playing music. So if you don't want to keep tapping your phone all the time to pause and play, you can just press this button and the music will just stop, or it will continue playing from wherever you stopped. And so for the price, you might ask, should you buy these earphones or should you consider buying a different brand? Okay, so these earphones go for about 300 Kenya shillings. For me, I would say that's a fair price, first of all. Secondly, according to the quality, I would say this is a win for you. If you don't have any other earphones to buy and you're looking for budget earphones, then these 300 shillings earphones will definitely do the job well. Now, there are earphones that are cheaper than this. In fact, earphones that cost almost 100 Kenya shillings, or $1 if you will. But what I'd like to say is that the more you spend on your earphones, the better the quality will be. That's about everything you need to know about these earphones. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Caleb. This is Caleb Tech. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, stay safe.